The enemy was slow to act, and they did not expect to see the party fall out of the tavern door quite so quickly in pursuit of the halfling. As if sensing this hesitation, or perhaps the more likely outflow of a natural confidence that Garran exuded over them, the party readied weapons. Many advanced through the rain and met their opponents head-on. Velistra focused her concentration on preparing a spell, the one with which she had so effectively incapacitated the Dragonborn. Suddenly she felt a stab of burning pain rise from her side. Something hit her, something sharp. She fought the rising discomfort to no avail. Her incantation and the necessary words and gestures to cast it faded instantly from her mind. Behind Velistra, Penny slashed at the hood, holding a dagger in his hands. Her blade bit through his leather jerkin and sent a shockwave of pain through his torso. Thalëwyn found himself facing off against two ruffians with clubs. He danced rearward, trying to avoid being hit. Garran also found himself facing off against two thugs. Sizing up their ability, in a moment of skill and experience, he precisely slashed, each one once with blinding speed. His opponent's screams, whether from pain or fear or both, soared even over the heavy pelting of the rain on the rooftops and stone flagging. Thrumley aimed his axe at an approaching lout and threw it with great precision. It whirled end over end, spinning raindrops in a kaleidoscope of deadly accuracy. To his amazement, the man twisted his torso to the side with an almost effortless grace, and the axe whirled harmlessly into the rain-swept square beyond. Thrumley still had one axe and started to reach for it. Welcome to Nosh Solo. Okay, so before I start with this fourth turn of combat, I realize that when the ruffian here with the, let's see, not the ruffian here. It was this gentleman here, the thug with the mace and leather torso armor. You'll remember that when he was standing sort of over in this area, he had tossed his dagger, missed Kale, or Kale had dodged it, and then it landed on Velistra. Well, what I forgot to do was to accommodate for the range and half damage of that dagger being thrown. If you remember, Velistra took like a minimum of 1 point of damage, and that was what got through the armor. She has no armor, and so it was doubled. So she took 2 points of damage and had to roll versus will or spoil her concentration. Well, by the book in GURPS, I should have applied half the damage of the 1 point of basic damage that really hit her, and that would have been 0.5 for the for the half sort of the over the half range of that dagger throw. Only 0.5 of damage really should hit Velistra. Well, there is no 0.5 of damage that I've ever come across in GURPS. We've never tracked a 0.5 of a damage point. So, and in the rules it says, multiply that basic damage by a half and then round down. So I think in the end, what I'm going to say is that she does take a minimum of 1 point of damage. That would be the inclusion of, say, a damage multiplier. I think a minimum of 1 point for somebody who gets hit by a dagger and has no armor is sensible. It would also force her to do that concentration roll, and that also is sensible. So all I'm going to do is just adjust her damage points from, I think she had 2. Yeah, to 1. So I think that's a fair way of adjudicating on that, and corrects the error in not assessing for that half damage from the dagger toss. Okay, with that in play and rectified, we're going to jump up to this thug here. So this thug needs to make an IQ check to break the partial surprise and the stun. So now he gets an additional +1 to the roll. So he's going to be rolling at +2 on his IQ. Let's see if he succeeds. And he still fails. So, oh my, okay. And we go to the next actor here. So I'm going to pull that map out again so you can see all the players. Here we are. Who's next? We've got this thug who is still equally partially surprised. So we're going to give him a +2 and see if he can break his stun. And he succeeds by 0. Okay, at long last, he can do something. So we're going to remove the do nothing. We're going to remove the mental stun. We're going to keep the shock in place. He is going to attack Garran, and then he's going to take a step back. So we'll put the attack maneuver on him, and he'll attack, and then he'll step back. So he's got a -4. He's going to throw the dagger he has in his hand, because remember, all these thugs started with their daggers. So he's going to throw the dagger, and then he's going to step back. So what I'll do is I'm going to zoom in for you so you can see this a bit closer. I'm going to have him target Garran. And then I'm going to have him, so he's 1 yard away. There's no modifier for him throwing the dagger, but he is going to be at the -4 for the shock from the attack he took. Let's see if he hits Garran with his dagger. And indeed he does. He makes the roll by 4. Okay, so Garran, you are going to have to defend against this. So we'll bring up Garran's character sheet, and over here in the combat tab, so he's got a dodge of 9. He could try to parry the dagger at -2, which brings it back to the same level for his dodge. So I think he's going to burn a fatigue point. He's going to get the +2 for the enhanced defense, Feverish Defense. Let's see. Yep, that's all he's going to do. He's not going to try and retreat. And he succeeds by 1. So the dagger misses him. Here we go again. Well, let's pull back here and see. Is there anybody behind him? No, not a single soul. So the dagger will flying off in the rain. Harmless, except for, say, that poor guy who's walking across the alley here wondering what's going on. Okay, who's next in our sequencing here? This thug here, who had attacked Kale with that dagger, I believe, the last time. So I believe he is going to have to take a ready maneuver to get his mace up and running. So we'll take out the attack. And we'll pop in a ready maneuver for him to get that mace ready to go. Right, so that's his action. Who's next? Alrighty. We've got the halfling who continues to do nothing and is observing the fight. Kale. All right, so I'll zoom right back in for you here with Kale. So Kale is going to do a step back and attack with the rapier on this ruffian here. So we can continue to keep the attack maneuver on his combat tracker. Just note that he's stepping back to keep his distance from the enemy with the length of the rapier. So let's call up Kale here. And here we go with an attack with the rapier. And he succeeds by 3. Okay, so Ruffian 4. What does he have for... He'd done a move and attack. So he's fully capable of doing any number of defenses here. So I'm going to have him burn a fatigue point. He is going to, let's see. Yeah, he'll do a dodge and retreat. So he'll move back a step. So he's going to get the +3 for the dodge and retreat, a +2 for the Feverish Defense on top of his dodge of 8. And he succeeds by 0. So the blade gingerly brushes his shirt as he steps back. All right. Zooming right back out. Who do we have next? We have Penny. All right. So zoom back in. So Penny last turn had attacked with her short sword. So she will do the same thing again. And let's, she gets a +2 because of the size mod difference between the two of them. I think she's going to try to hit, this guy's arm, the weapon arm that's holding the dagger. I think that's a good thing for her to try to hit. So she's going to be at -2 for the weapon arm, but she'll be at +2 for the size mod. So she's just going to swing at 13 on this guy's weapon arm. Oh no. Oh no. Critical fail. Of course. You try to do something fancy and the dice gods throw it right back in your face. So she's going to have to go to the critical miss table. Let's see what happens here. All right. So she drops her short sword. Okay, and I don't think it's of any cheap quality either. So let's just know it's not. So she drops, oh my, she drops the sword. Okay, so I'll put a dropped weapon on her. Isn't that too bad? Oh well. Them's the breaks when you roll so poorly. So we'll put a weapon dropped on Penny. Yeah. Groups. Okay. Who's next? Wonder how she dropped that sword. Like, is it possible that with between the perspiration in her hand, getting into combat with the rain coming down, that it just, she goes to do a swipe and the blade just drops. Anyway, it's all good. Thalëwyn. Okay, so Thalëwyn's got 2 opponents. And Thalëwyn is going to, let's see. Thalëwyn is going to take a, he's going to attack. He'll take a step and he'll attack the ruffian here with the light club. And Thalëwyn should have nothing going against him. No. So we'll bring up Thalëwyn. And he's got this miserable skill with the short sword. So here it goes. And he fails by 2. So there it is. All right. Who is next? Ruffian with a light club and attitude. So it's this fellow over here. Okay, so he's bearing down on Thrumley. So he is going to do a move and attack. So he's going to come up to Thrumley here. And he will conduct a move and attack because, yeah, he's attacking with a light club. And it's got a reach of 1. So he has to move into range. So I will simply remove the move. And we'll put down a move and attack for tracking purposes. So he'll be at -4 for this, and with the light club and his level, that will take him to the necessary target number that he needs for the move and attack. Let's see how he does. Fails by 7, so the club goes wide. All right. Who do we have next? Oh, we have this ruffian here, who is in shock because of the hit he took. He's also at 0 hit points, which means he's got to roll against health to stay conscious. Well, here comes that consciousness check. He hangs on to consciousness. Okay. So this ruffian, he's not stunned. He's still conscious. His move's cut in half. He's got a move of 3. He's going to now seriously reconsider why he entered this fight as thoughtlessly as he did. So he is going to go, let's see. He's going to go 1, 2, and 3. So he's going to start to retreat. All right. Who do we have next? A ruffian with a light club and attitude. So he had moved last turn. He is going to continue to move. And he is going to go 1. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And he's going to go right into Velistra's grill. And he can do a move and attack. So, because that was within his movement. Yeah. So we'll take the move off here and we'll put a move and attack down. And he'll be at -4 to try to hit Velistra, who has started concentrating on Daze. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's see if he hits her. Light club, -4. Here we go. Just taking a swing at her. And success by 0. So here again, Velistra is going to have to take an act of defense, risk injury, but we'll have to make a will -3 roll to keep concentrating on this spell. Okay, so we call up Velistra, and we see that she's got a dodge of 8 and a parry of 11. So she does have her quarterstaff out. So I think what she's going to do is she's going to burn a fatigue point for a +2 for Feverish Defense. And I think what she's going to do is do a Parry and Retreat with the quarterstaff. So that should give her an additional 1 as she steps back to her overall parry. So she'd get a +3 to her parry. I'm just going to double check that, make sure I'm correct. I believe I am correct. So let's see how she does with her parry. Oh my, critical failure. You see, this is the thing about GURPS, is that like this ruffian, how many points is he built off of? 30 points, okay? So there's like a 70-point difference between him and Velistra with 100. This is the thing about GURPS, is that you can have these point disparity, and with just a really bad roll, the tables can turn so quickly. Velistra has no armor, and this guy has a light club. I mean, things can get nasty fast, especially with your unarmored folk in combat. Okay, so she rolls a critical failure on her parry, and I think that's going to force her to go to a critical miss table, I believe. Okay, so off we go to the critical miss table. Shake and bake, Velistra. The weapon turns in your hand. You must take an extra ready maneuver before you can use it again. Okay, so that's not the worst that could happen. I'm certainly going to drop a weapon unready into her combat tracker slot to remember that that's what's happened here. Okay. And what damage does this brute do to her? 1d plus 1 crushing damage. Oh, almost the most. Almost the most. What a choice of words. Okay, so 6 points of crushing damage in total on Velistra. She's got no armor to speak of, and so she takes 6 points of injury, crushing, and that's going to be a major wound. So we're going to apply, well, first of all, I'm going to put a -4 for shock in there, because that's the most that she can take as a shock penalty. She's going to have to roll versus health. She's at 130 hit points. That halves her move and dodge. She is very badly injured here. And let's see. Got to roll versus health or fall down and be stunned. So let's go for the, what's her health here? I think it's 10. It is 10. So, Oh, she makes it by 3. So she does not fall down. She is not stunned, and she does not drop her weapon, although her weapon is unready. She will have to make a will roll. She will have to make a will roll at -3 to keep concentrating on this spell. And she succeeds by 4, so she continues to concentrate on Daze. This might just save her bacon. Wow. Okay. Who is next in this motley crew here? Okay, it's the Ruffian who successfully did a dodge and retreat. So he is going to do a move and attack. So he simply, oops, don't want to grow him. He simply is going to move up here, and he'll do that move and attack, which is what he did last time. So we'll put the -4 in there for that. Does he hit Kale? Fails by 5, misses completely. All right, who's next? This ruffian up here, still stunned. So he's going to get the additional bonus for this additional turn of trying to recover. Let's see if he does. And he does. Okay, so we can take the do nothing off him and the mental stun. He is going to do a move at this point. So we'll drop that into the combat tracker. And he's going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, on to the next one. There we go. So this ruffian down here, he is going to step and attack. So I'm going to remove that move and attack because it's not what he's doing. It's just a basic, good old step and attack. So he will step forward and he will try to hit with his club on Thalëwyn. Let's see how he does. Success by 0. Okay, so back over to Thalëwyn we go. So Thalëwyn, he had successfully, I think, tried to attack this other guy. So he had just done I think a step and attack before. That's correct. I've got to find him in the old tracker here. Yeah. Okay. So Thalëwyn will burn another fatigue point. He'll get the +2 for the Feverish Defense. He's also going to do a step back for the dodge and retreat, which gives him a +3. Let's see if he dodges this. He succeeds by 2. All right. Who's next in our attack? Oh, go figure. So he will do a step and attack on Thalëwyn. So let's see if he hits on an 11 or less. And he fails by 1, so the swing goes wide. Who's next? Garran. Okay. So Garran is going to do an attack. He's going to burn another fatigue point so that he can do +2 damage if he lands a blow on this guy. So he's going to just hit for the body. And he does. So what does this fella do? He is Thug 2, and Thug 2 was not stunned any longer. Okay, so Thug 2, he is going to, let's see. He threw his dagger, but he has to ready a mace yet, so he's unarmed. So he is going to have to burn another fatigue point. He's going to get a +2 for that Feverish Defense. He is going to retreat. Come to think of it, maybe I should have had him move back. I think he was going to toss that dagger and take a step back. Yeah, I forgot about that. So you know what? We're going to move him right here. Garran will have done a step and attack. And now he's stepping back as part of that dodge and retreat. So, same difference, just a little bit of a change to the attack mac positions. Let's see if he dodges. Success by 3. Okay, there it is. Who's next? We've got Sister Haleen. Okay, so she's going to try to land another attack on this thug here, who I think is still stunned. So Sister Haleen, will call up your character sheet. And you don't have a very good skill with the mace, but that's all right. Swing away. And you succeed by 0. All right. So Thug 1, still stunned. So instantly going to be at a -4 to his defense. He's going to burn another fatigue point to reduce that to a -2. And let's see if he dodges. He fails by 3. Okay, so how much damage does she do? Oh, almost the most. There's that phrase again, almost the most. Okay, so she did 8 crushing to the thug. His armor soaks up 2 of that, which when you multiply it by 1.5, what's left is 6 points of injury. So we'll apply that. Well, first of all, I'm going to put the shock at -4. That's the first thing that's going to drop in there. Now we'll apply that damage. It's not enough for a major wound, but it takes him down to 2 hit points, and that's 1/3 of his health, which means he's got half move and dodge moving forward. Awesome hit there, Sister Haleen. Okay. And who is next? Thrumley. Okay. So Thrumley had thrown his axe. Now he needs to ready his dwarven axe. So what Thrumley's going to do is he's going to do a ready maneuver, and he's going to take a step back as he does that ready maneuver. There we go. And who's next? Velistra. So she maintained the concentration on the Daze spell. The Daze spell, however, takes a minimum, I think, of 2 seconds to actually cast. So yeah, we'll go to spells and take a look at Daze. And sure enough, time to cast is 2 seconds. So she's been concentrating at this point for 1 turn. So she is going to take a step back, and she's going to continue to concentrate on her spell. Okay, so we're at the top of a new round at this point. This thug gets to try to break the partial surprise here with an additional +1 on the IQ check. Can he do this at last? Oh, at long last, he breaks his stun. Oh my gosh. Okay, so going to go in and we'll remove the do nothing. We'll remove the stun mental. He is still in shock from that last attack. He has a dagger in his hand. Okay, so he is going to throw this dagger at Penny. That's what he's going to do. I think I need to, I need to adjust this. He should have 4 daggers, and he has yet to throw anything. So he is going to toss this dagger at Penny. So first thing I'm going to do is, somehow I've got him targeting Garran, unfortunately. I'll clear that. I'll have him target Penny. Now, at this range, there is no modifier for throwing. So he's going to do basically an attack. He's going to toss the dagger at Penny. And it's going to be a -4, though, because of that shock. And then he's going to take a step back. So let's see if he hits Penny to begin with. So he's got a 15 with the dagger, -4 for the shock. Here we go. Fails by 4. All right. Well, you know what's going to happen here. We're going to have to go in and see who he's hit. I'm going to move him back to his original tossing position. Then I'm going to have him, we're going to draw that line down to 12 yards. Ooh, this is a target-rich environment right here. We're going to move this over him. And he was tossing it through her hex. So it looks to me like there is not a single soul who is going to have their hexes even brushing closely up to this hex. So the dagger just sails off and lands somewhere on the paving stone somewhere in this area. All right. Lucky break for Velistra. That's all I can say. Okay. So I'm going to move him back to where he was initially. And that is just a complete and utter miss on his part. And I'm going to remove Penny from the targeting here. Okay. Who is next in our combat? It is this thug down here who is perfectly healthy. Well, he's taken 9 points of injury, so he's not perfectly healthy. He's fair to middling. So he is going to, let's see, he threw his dagger. He is going to take a step and ready to get his mace out. And he's going to do a step back as he does that. And I should remove Garran as a target there. Okay, so that's what that thug does. He just readies his mace. Who's next? Ooh, over here. So now he has a ready mace. So what he's going to do is he is going to do a move and attack because he's got a move of 6 and he has his ready mace. So we'll throw a move and attack down on him. And let's see how he does. He closes the distance to Kale. He's going to be at a -4 with this attack. What's his level with a mace? This thug, it's 14. So he's going to have to go to a -5 to bring him to his target number of 9 or worse for doing a move and attack. Let's see if he can hit Kale. And he still succeeds by 1. He got, look at that. He needed a 9, he got an 8. Okay, so Kale, you had simply attacked last turn. So Kale is going to do, he's going to burn a fatigue point to get his +2 for the Feverish Defense. He's going to do a retreat, but because he's a fencer, he gets to add +3 to his, I believe, to his parry for a combined modifier of +5. But I will just double check that quickly. And I'm correct. So he gets that +3, so a +5 to his parry overall. Let's see if he parries the attack. And he succeeds by 3. Well, one could ask the question, how much does a mace weigh compared to the weight of a rapier in terms of trying to parry? Is it possible that the rapier could snap under the weight of the mace? Well, I don't think so. Let's see. The weight of a mace is 5 pounds. The weight of the rapier is 2.75 pounds. I wonder. No. If the rapier tried to parry something that was like 8.25 pounds in weight, then there'd be a chance that it could break. So, Kale successfully parries off this mace swing. All right, so that's Thug's turn. Who's next? We have the halfling. She's tucked away up there, and she continues to just observe the fight. All right, well, right back to Kale. Okay, so Kale, we zoom in on him. Kale could attack either of these guys. He could do a rapid strike, I believe, and he could burn a fatigue point for each of those rapid strikes to reduce the modifier from -6 to a -3. But he sucks. His skill is 12. So what he's going to do is he's going to stab at this ruffian because he's unarmored, and he's going to take a step back after he stabs. So we'll keep the attack maneuver in his combat tracker, and we'll just see if he can stab the ruffian. And he fails, so he takes a step back as he does so. All right. Who is next in sequence? We have Penny Thistlewing Underbow. So the guy tried to toss a dagger at her, missed. Penny is going to step and attack. Oh no, sorry, she dropped her weapon. This is why I put these things in the tracker. So Penny is going to have to, she's going to have to do sort of a crouch to pick up her weapon. And I believe crouching is considered a free action, as opposed to like taking the formal, what's the word? Change posture. So she's going to take a free action. She's going to crouch. And as she crouches, she's going to try to reach for that short sword. Now I'm going to require a dex check under combat for her to do this because she's fully aware that she's in combat. So where's Penny? So let's have her do a dex check to see if she can just grab the sword here. Yeah, she easily finds the sword at her feet. Okay, so this free action crouching, can she now just simply stand up and that's that? I think technically she could have taken, so I'm just going to quickly rectify this, or it's more of an addition. She chooses the ready maneuver, okay? But she can take the free action of, she can crouch at the beginning of any maneuver. And so she chooses to ready by crouching and reaching for that sword. So that's her action. She's basically going to ready the sword by taking a crouch. That's not readying the sword though, sorry. I think it's mostly she's crouching to try to retrieve the sword. That's what she's doing. So yeah, my apologies. I'm going to take the weapon dropped off. She has the weapon now in her hands, and that's all she can do in this turn. Who's next? We've got Thalëwyn. Oh my, buddy. Okay. Thalëwyn is going to do an attack, but he's going to then step back. So here he goes. Tries to hit this ruffian with his club. He actually hits him. Remarkable. And he's going to take a step back. So that was a hit with his short sword. So does this ruffian, how does he respond? Let's see. That's ruffian 7. Okay, so he is going to burn a point of fatigue. He is going to step back into the horse poop. he is going to then get a +5 overall for both the dodge and retreat and the Feverish Defense. And let's see if he can dodge this. He failed by 2, even with all that. Shouldn't have stepped in the horse poo, I guess. Kind of big horse poop, too, if you don't mind me saying after I drew the damn thing. Okay, so how much damage does he do with the swing with his short sword? He does a total of 2 points of damage. There's no armor. These guys don't have any armor. And so 3 points of damage get through. So lucky strike on his part. The dude will be in shock for -3. And we're going to apply that. Okay, so a good cut across the chest by the elf. Who's next? Okay, so this ruffian here had last turn done a move and attack. So he is now going to simply step and attack. So we'll take the move of attack off. We're going to put the step and attack into his combat tracker slot. And what he's doing is, he's just stepping, and he's going to take a swing at Thalëwyn with his light club. And he potentially hits Thalëwyn. Okay, so Thalëwyn, what are you going to do? You've done really nothing in terms of having to defend yourself, buddy. So he's going to burn a fatigue point. He is going to get the +2 for Feverish Defense. He also is going to step back. And he is going to step back to get a +3 on his dodge. So that gives him a +5 overall on his dodge. Now, he had... let's see. Did he have a ready, or was he in the process of readying his axe? Yeah, he has a ready axe. So he could parry, because it's a dwarven axe, he could parry with this thing. Well, he is in the I should correct myself. He is in the process of readying this axe, I believe, while because it hasn't quite come up to his turn. So I think what I'm going to say here is that Thalëwyn will have to dodge. And let's see if he does. Success by 6. Okay, good stuff. Who's next? We've got this ruffian who has to roll versus health to stay conscious. All right, let's see if he stays conscious. Success by 0. He's just hanging on, holding into his guts. Okay, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, because his move is at half. So he's just stumbling through the rain, through the square, holding on to his slash across his chest or his stomach, trying to get out of this melee. Who's next? Okay, so this fella had tried to hit Velistra before. So he is going to do another move and attack. And so he is going to simply, change his facing. He's going to go for another move and attack on Velistra. So he'll be at -4 to his attack. Does he hit her? He fails by 1. So that's a very lucky thing for Velistra. Okay. And who's next? Okay. So this ruffian here. So you can see the sort of the advantage now that Kale has by being able to keep his distance from his opponents with his rapier. They have got to choose to do either moves and attacks or do an all-out attack to try to to close distance and hit him. So this ruffian is going to do another move, an attack. And so we'll put the -4 in the mod box for him. Does he hit? And he fails by 7. Who's next? This ruffian up here. He continues to move. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's just barreling around the corner. Who's next? This ruffian. Okay, so this ruffian has taken no damage. He will have to do now a move and attack to get to Thalëwyn. So he goes here. He'll be at the -4. And does he hit Thalëwyn with his light club? And he fails by 5. All right, who's next? We've got this fellow who stepped in the horse poop. He is going to do... Ooh, he's in shock. So I think what he's doing is he is going to do nothing. He is going to just wait out and let this shock pass. Or maybe he likes stepping on horse poop. Who knows? People can be weird. Garran. All right. So Garran, he is going to himself do a move and attack. So we'll take the attack off and we'll drop a move and attack for him. So there it is. So Garran, he moves 2. And he's going to be at a -4 for his move and attack here. And he's going to have to take another minus because he has to be no higher than 9 for his target number. Let's see if he hits this guy. And he fails by 3. All right. Okay, so who is next? We've got Sister Haleen. So Sister Haleen, she is going to step and attack this thug. So do your business there, sister. And she possibly hits him. So this is Thug 1. He is at 1/3 his hit points. So he is, let's see. Oh my. He threw his knife. He hasn't yet readied his mace, if I remember correctly. He's reeling from his wounds. Oh my. So, yeah, he can... Well, one of the things he can do is he can do a dodge and retreat by moving right up against the building wall. That'll give him a +3. He can burn another fatigue point to get the +2 for Feverish Defense. And he can try and dodge on a 5 with a +5 modifier. And he fails by 1, so he almost did it. How much damage do you do there, sister? All right, so she does 6 points of crushing damage. 2 gets soaked up by the armor, which means only 4 gets through. Okay, so I'm going to drop a shock modifier in there because it's 4 points of injury. And he is now at -2 hit points. And so he will have to make a roll to stay conscious on his next turn. Okay, good job, sister. You're like having much better luck with this combat compared to in the grotto. All right. who is next? We have Thrumley. So Thrumley has a ready axe. I think Thrumley at this point is going to take, he's going to do a step and attack. He's going to put himself right here. He's going to change his facing to here. And he's going to attack this guy. So, because he is not going to see one of his members fall. And let's, okay, so he's going to do basically a step and attack. Okay, so let's put the attack into his combat tracker slot and call him up. And here we go. He's got the Dwarven Axe out now. Let's see if he hits him. And yes, possibly he does. Okay, so Ruffian with a light club, number, what do we got? Number 3. Well, let's take a look at you. I don't think you've been hit because you're the one that's been pressing this attack on her. So, yeah, what are you going to do to defend yourself, buddy? So, first thing he's going to do, burn that fatigue point. He's going to get the +2 for Feverish Defense because he just sees this dwarf spin around and attack him. He's also going to do a dodge and retreat. So he's going to take a step back to get a +3 on top of this for his dodge. Let's see if he does. And it's success by 3. Okay, so at least Thrumley has beaten him off a little bit through this action. All right. Who is next? It's Velistra. So she has completed 2 turns of concentration on Daze. She has her staff out. And her staff is going to basically reduce the distance for calculating a penalty when casting a regular spell. So, Sister Haleen, Velistra is going to take a step. She is going to reach forward with her staff, and she is going to cast Daze on this ruffian. So, let's go. Call her up. Go to her abilities. Go to her spells. There's Daze. Let's see if she successfully casts this on the ruffian. And she succeeds by 2. Okay, so with Daze, what does this ruffian need to be concerned about? So when we take a look at the Daze spell, it takes 2 seconds to cast, and it's resisted by health. So, yeah. So first off, Velistra's got to burn 3 fatigue point for the casting of that. So she's now at 4 fatigue points spent. Because her skill level in Daze is just not high enough to drop it by a point of energy. She made the roll by 2. He's got to resist and either meet or beat her 2. So let's see what happens to him. We'll call him up here. And here goes his health resistance roll. He failed by 5. So he is dazed, and he is going to be dazed for a minute. So he will be out of this combat. And so I'm going to put down spell Daze on him. Good job, Velistra. All right. Who is next in the combat? Oh, and I think what I'll do is remove the concentrate from her. Now, it says that she had a weapon on ready, and that's true. But she wasn't attacking with that staff. It's not like she had to have the staff ready for an attack so much as she was just using it to extend the range. I could be wrong on that point, but I'm going to double check right now. Now, I can't see anything in there that says you need to have a ready staff as if you were conducting combat. This is just pointing the staff to reduce the modifier for the range. The one thing I'm maybe unclear on is whether or not, she has to make some sort of a dex roll to actually touch the subject. That's something I perhaps could dig into a little bit more, but I think I've typically just said, hey, use the staff to reduce that range modifier for casting a regular spell. Okay, so who's next? Are we at the top of the round again? So we are. And we begin with the thug here having to make a roll to stay conscious.